Okay, this video today is about HTML5 versus GIF. Designed or formatted banner ads. Which converts better? So this is a video that I certainly, or information I haven't certainly seen anywhere else online. If you're going to run banner ads via Google Ads, specifically you have the option to upload that banner ad if it's an animated ad in HTML5 and GIF format. There's some clear differences between GIF and HTML5 on the technical side, but then depending on your situation, you could get a lot more results, more profits from your banner ad. Same approach, same so-called design, and as much as 2 or 3 times as much profits from that ad, just depending on what you choose here. Certainly just depends on your niche and your customer base, what is actually going to work more. And I'm going to go through some examples of that, some case studies here where this has come up, which is why I made the video here. And with that, basically why this is actually different, because ultimately, as you probably are already wondering, why is it that it can actually get different results, given that the ad is going to basically look the same way. It's the same, outline, same thing. It's the same, picture of a Santa Claus on the ad already. Why does it convert differently? I'm going to explain why that specifically also is, so you understand whether this is going to work for you as well or not, given that regardless of the situation, one ad will certainly probably convert better than the other, and depending on some markets, as much as 2 or 3 times better. So with that said, on HTML5 and GIF ads, okay, just starting with the technical, HTML5 ads are going to be a lot clearer in terms of resolution. They're also going to be a lot smoother in terms of the transitions and the animations itself. And then also, this is to be disputed, but certainly is easier to make, okay? The reason why HTML5 came out is mainly because it's easier to make the ads, okay? We don't care if it's easier to make. It's whatever makes the most money is what we're going to do. That's what people, at least you guys that watch this channel. Now, HTML5 ads, what they work great for is anything where you want to appear to be more modern, a new product, technology, stuff like that, because it's going to make you look, as professional as possible. It's sharper, for that reason. So, but in the world of advertising, there's a trend of user-generated content ads, which the best converting ads on Facebook and on Google Display Network many times are ads that don't even look like an ad. When you're talking about, like on Google Display Network, some of our best performing ads are a plain white background with black text on it, because it doesn't necessarily look like an everyday ad. So you look at it and you're not quite sure it's an ad right away. On Facebook, it's going to be a product review that looks like it's shared by somebody on Facebook, but really it's an ad that you put up by yourself. And that will convert better than a really well-polished commercial that you run in terms of an ad on Facebook. Just people are just sick of ads. And so the more, many cases, most of the time, I should say, that you can not look like an ad, the more money you're going to make, because it's going to give you the opportunity from your prospective audience to see and read your message and or consider it. The filter comes up where they say, is this an ad or not? And then just immediately mentally block it out. So it doesn't make your offer better when you have an ad that is less polished. It just makes it basically tricks the user into thinking this is not an ad ultimately. And therefore, if more people, you're going to get past that filter a higher percentage of the time with your prospective audience, you're going to get more considerations of your offer, and therefore more sales. It's just like any other sales funnel. Just like if you're going to drive traffic to your site, so many are going to click the ad, so many are going to get to the shopping cart or whatnot. So many people are going to go from the shopping cart to purchase. So many people are going to buy the upsell. So many people are going to buy again at some point. And it's a funnel. You could think of the ad, given that higher click-through rates on banner ads always means that you're going to, for all practical purposes, because you can get more clicks from saying, free money here or whatever, and do things that way. But legitimately, higher click-through rates mean lower cost per click, and what you're really trying to do with your ad is just get as many clicks as possible, because that more clicks you get to your website or landing page, the more opportunities you have to sell and for the amount of ad spend that you have. And in order to get more clicks, it starts with your ad getting, what's on your ad getting considered in the first place. You get more considerations by not seeming like you're an ad. See how all this ties together? So with that said, getting into the GIF ads, okay, the ads now are going to look more old school. We had a couple instances where the GIF ads pulled significantly more than the HTML5, enough where I'm testing this both ways on any significant campaign where we want to get the most results possible, running ads on Google Display Network. And then similarly on different ad networks that accept both, we're going to test both as well there. But basically, if an ad network offers both to upload your ads in both formats, whatever works on Google Display Network is going to work. That same version of the ad, for that same ad format is going to work better in all other places, for the reasons why it works better in some instances than others, which is an ad that looks less polished isn't going to be filtered out mentally by your prospective audience as much. We had a company that sold a PC optimizer software. Basically, it speeds it up and then cleans it up, whatever you want to say there. Like your computer's slow, you download it, gets rid of a bunch of bloatware on your PC, optimizes the settings, whatever there. Okay, so you get what I'm trying to say here, what the company does. With that, we've found that the GIF ads, click-through rate-wise, we got a 181% increase in click-through rate by using a GIF version of the same exact ad versus using the HTML5 ad. So with that kind of increase in click-through rate, basically what you can say is if you can get a 181% increase in click-through rate, profitability is going to be going up about 181%. Why? Because, basically what you're paying with your banner ads is per impression. They call it pay-per-click advertising, but really it's pay per impression at the end of the day when you run ads online. Because the higher the click-through rate, the lower your cost per click. You're paying $8 to have your ad shown 1,000 times. The more click-throughs you can get, more money you're basically going to make. So anyway, the ad, and it took me a while to understand this because when I first figured this out, it was by mistake where we had both versions of the ad. I didn't really understand why it worked. In this particular instance with the PC Optimizer software, I would prefer, basically it made sense, to deal with a company that's been around a long time versus the latest and greatest thing because that company has more trust. It's been around a bit, it makes sense. Who you want to hire? The plumber who has 35 years of experience, or the company with been around 35 years, or the one that's been around since last year? In that type of situation where old equals good, less polished ad's going to look better. And you can even take this to the next level. You can actually downgrade the resolution on your ad manually and get a little bit bigger bump. I talked about other things you can do to make banner ads more or less profitable, or more profitable in other videos where I specifically talk about that. Reducing the resolution. Specifically, to make the ad look more real, if you will often increase the profitability coming from your ads. So in that case, we got a huge bump. Now, certainly that shouldn't be the normal thing that you expect, 181% increase in click-through rates and profitability, but it's there. It's showing you what the potential with this actually is. So if you're basically running HTML5 ads, you kind of see how this might also apply to your market. You should darn well give it a test at least. It takes almost nothing to run this test, and you're talking about potentially 3 times as much money. Why would you not run that test? So anyway, the second use case here where we got considerably more click-through rate using GIF ads versus the HTML5 ads was with the furniture company, specifically that made custom furniture, they made custom tables, stuff like that where they did epoxy resin tables, and they also just make custom like fireplace mantles and stuff like that. The GIF ad in that case got a 70% increase in click-through rate there. So not nearly as much as the software company, but still, that's in terms of stuff that you can do split testing wise to get more profitability out of your ads. This is ginormous here. Usually we're shooting for like 10 to 25% increase in click-through rate, testing smaller elements on an ad or messaging this is huge. So, and I attribute that back to, again, old is better. I want to deal with the custom furniture maker that's been around a long time because that indicates that their stuff's good. Whereas if they're just a new company, how do I know their stuff is good? Company that offers good furniture certainly should have, well, at least I'm going to believe it more if it's been around for a long time. It's stood the test of time, particularly on custom furniture where there's question as to the quality itself. So there's another good example of how and when a GIF ad can actually outpull HTML5 ads by quite a large margin. So, but with that said, that's pretty much as I can tell you about GIF versus HTML5. And obviously this could go the other way. If you're running GIF ads now and you're selling a brand new revolutionary product, I would definitely try it in HTML5 because that's going to get you better results there, most certainly. So with that said, I'll wrap it up with that. If you have any questions about anything I covered today or any ad related question about running ads online that you'd like help with, leave me a comment below. I get back to every single person who leaves me a comment on this channel, usually within 24 hours time. More than happy to answer any questions that you have, even if it's not about the topic of the video, because I love just being able to appreciate you watching and want to give back to the viewers of this channel. Beyond that, if you are looking for the channel to subscribe to that will actually give you real advice on how to make millions of dollars with your online ads, this is the channel to subscribe to, as it's coming from somebody who does ad strategy 40 hours a week and understands from running dozens of ad accounts at any given time on all the various platforms out there what works and what doesn't work, enough to where we can guarantee results for our clients as our main offer at our advertising firm. And the stuff that we use to guarantee results, I'm giving it to you here on a silver platter on this channel. Most, if not all, the other channels online on YouTube and information online that you see is coming from people that are just talking about ads, not actually doing this strategy all day long like we are here at our agency, and I am myself in particular. So you should not only just subscribe, but subscribe right now, because you're not going to find better information if you're serious about making money with ads. I also, by the way, have a blog at guaranteeppc.com/blog where you can find other information from myself on how to make money with online ads, advertising your products or services, but more so in there, even in a more step-by-step basis with visuals and stuff. So if you like my channel, I promise you'll love my blog. Beyond that, if you want somebody to just take over getting you results on your account, it can scale your ads. This is exactly what I do for clients here at our agency, and we do not charge fees to clients where we cannot increase the profitability of their ads in excess of what we're charging for as fees at our agency. Meaning, so where if we charge, for instance, $4,000 a month for a management fee, we want our client to at least make $8,000 before we even start to charge $4,000. The only catch is that you got to have something we can do really well with, and don't work with just any client. If you want to see if we can work together, you can certainly reach out to me at guaranteeppc.com. I'd give you a free analysis to see what the potential of what you're doing is with running ads, or in addition to what you have now, or want to set up a new campaign, we can entertain potentially doing that as well. But anyway, guaranteeppc.com is where you can reach out to me to inquire. As a side, if you're not looking to work with an ad agency per se, a lot of people aren't. If we've worked in your niche market before, we've worked in over 100 niche markets in the last 10 years running Guaranteed PPC. You can use all the ads, landing pages, campaign templates we've developed for your market already and just copy and paste whatever we've developed to get phenomenal results in your space before into your ad account. As long as you're in a different geographic area as our client or past client, you can use those results. It's all fair game to do that. And literally speaking, we could tell you exactly what results you're going to get with it because we've already operated in your market before. And many times we spent 6-7 figures in ad spend to figure out what works in your market, of which you'll get in your account for a one-time 4-figure fee, and bypass all the time and money that it took to get to those level of results and figuring out exactly what works the best in your market. We've got people using these templates to start other businesses, by the way. People doing lead generation businesses that are selling leads, people that want to get into e-commerce that weren't in e-commerce before, but can take a template that's working in one country to sell the same product in another country. If you want a great business idea that's almost guaranteed to work, start with one of our winning templates. It's about as sure as it gets in terms of actually being able to make a company work and that it will be profitable as you can get, practically speaking, or as guaranteed as it gets. So anyway, if you're interested in that, you can also reach out to me I'll let you know what markets we've worked in, what results we've got. But with that said, I'll wrap it up with that. Let me know if you have any questions, and I'll see you on the next one.